What's up, folks? Welcome to Mindset Tabletop. I'm Matt McCann, and welcome to part 5 of the Mindset, my collection. So we're going to move down here to these bays down below. We're going to do these two guys here. So this is these are my warlike games down here. And actually that's going to extend to this bay down below too, but you'll see that in a couple of segments. So starting up top here with Masters of the Universe, Clash for Eternia. This is a head-to-head battle game where one side plays He-Man and the other side plays Skeletor and the bad boys. And basically you are moving you have a few different guys in your army and you're moving them around the board and attacking each other, trying to take everybody out and trying to get to the other guy and take out the boss. You're using cards and dice and you're equipping and you're upgrading. It's kind of cool. As you go through the game, everybody slowly levels up and they get better and better throughout the game. So there's definitely a real sense of progression in this. And it's really fun. I've only played it a couple of times, but it's really cool, and I want to play it some more. Moonshine Empire. This is a pickup and delivery game, and you're basically distilling and delivering Pappy's moonshine. You are shooting through on a hovercraft through the swamps, trying to avoid the police and gators, and deliver Pappy's moonshine and stuff. I have never played this. So yeah, another Shelf of Shame game. So hopefully I get this played, because when I saw this at Dice Tower West few years ago, I fell in love with it. It looked really, really fun. But no dice yet, so we'll see how it goes. And Scythe. Yeah, probably heard a lot about this one. This is the other crown jewel of Stonemaier Games. This is a sort of war-like game, but it's actually not a war game. It is more of kind of an area control engine builder, sort of. The cool thing about this game is this is an engine builder where you pretty much complete your engine every time. And then you get to play with it for a little while. It's cool. You know, it's most of the time you don't get to, eat your cake too. And in this game you really do. So I really like that. And I think it's very fun. It just takes a while to get to the table. It's a little tough teach for some reason, because there's kind of these little picky rules about how to cross water and things like that kind of confuse some people sometimes. But it's really worth learning it and playing it. It's a very fun game, and it's very different from what you think it's going to be. It's really cool, a rewarding experience. Scythe. Now moving up here to the deck, bag, and pool building section. Back to here. So before we did these, now we're down to these guys. So Star Wars, the deck building game. This is one of the newer ones that I've got. This is kind of like in the same vein as Star Realms, where you are basically trying to take each other out in this game. You are trying to destroy a certain amount of your opponent's bases. I believe it's like 3. Once you destroy 3 of their bases, you win. So the cool thing is, when one of your bases gets destroyed, you get to pick your next base. So you can kind of mitigate the damage that you're taking and try and give yourself at least some catch-up time and a little bit of an advantage with your new base while your opponent tries to take that one out. It's pretty fun. I like it. It's not my favorite deck builder, but it's cool. And it's really cool if you like Star Wars. So, up here to my bashed up boxes of Magic the Gathering. This game, even before pandemic, long before pandemic actually, this is the game that really introduced me to modern gaming. I'm going to hit this light because this is super glary. All right, let's take that out. Why did I ever have that light on? Okay. So Magic the Gathering, if you have not played it, is this amazing card game by Richard Garfield. It has swept the world. It is the main income source for most game shops. And that is because it is an incredibly wide, vast, entertaining, fun, challenging card game. This is a deck construction game. So kind of like a deck builder, except you're not doing it all in the same game. You're going to construct your deck before you play the game. You go in with a constructed deck and you hope and pray that it will take your opponent out. Now it's the main currency of the game is mana from land. So you play out land cards and then you use those land cards once per turn to power the spells that you are casting. And there are direct damage spells, there are creature spells, there are artifacts and enchantments that stay out in play and have ongoing effects on the game. And you are basically trying to take your opponent from 20 hit health down to 0 by attacking them and doing direct damage to them. It's really cool. You attack with your creatures, your opponent can block with theirs. There's a bunch of different abilities, a bunch of different ways of breaking the rules left and right. Magic the Gathering is endless, and it's never too late to get into this game. I highly recommend it to anybody who's getting into gaming. Magic is absolutely fantastic. It is so much fun. Over here, Shards of Infinity. This is another deck building game, kind of similar in the same vein as Star Wars and Star Realms and Fantasy Realms and things like that. It's really fun. I actually first played this one on the app and then liked it so much that I decided to get the physical version. I haven't played this with my friends yet, but I've messed around with it a little bit, and it's very fun. Star Trek Captain's Chair. This is my newest deck building game. This is my heaviest deck building game. This is brand new from WizKids. It is, a heavy deck building game where you're mainly doing kind of an area control thing, taking control of certain planets, and then you can use those planets to get certain benefits and allows you to play out other cards and things like that. You can pair your captain up with a on-duty, I forget what they're called, but it's basically your first mate, and you can use their powers. You can play different ships. Your ships will have different powers, and then your ships will take over majority control over different planets and things like that. So it's really a complex game. It's heavy, and it plays for a long time. This is actually the first game that I played at Dice Tower West 25, and it is very, very fun once you get into it. Viscounts of the West Kingdom. This is the third game in the West Kingdom series. This is a deck builder, and it's got a little bit of area control in it and a rondel. You are moving around this map, taking different actions on the different spaces of the board, which can actually, it's modulated. You can change them every time you play. My favorite part of this is actually featured in my video on called My Favorite Mechanism Chaining. And it's the castle mechanism where you have a bunch of workers on the castle. And much like Pandemic, when you get 3 in the same one, they spread out and move up. So you've got this shifting chain reaction going on in the castle. You can also do things like recruit guys, and collect these different tiles. You're collecting sets and doing different things. It's kind of a Euro game with a rondel and deck building. It's very, very fun. And the last one here is Pokemon Battle Academy. Back in the day, I played Pokemon Stadium on N64, and I absolutely loved that game. So I really wanted to get, I've been meaning for years to get back into the Pokemon universe because it really is fun. But I didn't know much about it, so I just took somebody's advice and I went and I got this, which is a starter set. And I've played it a couple of times and it's really fun. I really like it. Pokemon is awesome, guys. If you haven't tried it yet, give it a shot. It's a really cool battling system where you're collecting these different cards and just whooping butt with them. And it's really, really fun. You know, I can see why it caught on and why so many people got obsessed with this. Because I remember I was definitely obsessed with that N64 game. I could not stop. And yeah, I'm glad that I have the card version now, and I want to get more into this. I don't know how much of my fortune I can pour into this game, but it is very, very fun and worthwhile. Okay, folks, that's the next 2 bays. I will be back with more tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time. Like the video if you like what you saw today, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And comment on the video. That really helps with the algorithm, and it's why I'm here. I want to get people involved in this conversation, talk to other gamers that are into this, and just spread the love of this awesome hobby. So thank you so much, folks. Thanks for watching Mindset, and I will see you tomorrow.